Chapter 5, which health investments actually pay off for busy entrepreneurs like you? Let's talk about biohacking. Now I know biohacking sounds like something out of Silicon Valley or a Tim Ferriss podcast. It feels like a tech bro with a chip implanted in his wrist about to lecture you on how to live forever. But here's the truth. Biohacking is just taking full control of your biology so you can show up with more energy, more focus, and more power in every part of your life. And no, it's not about gadgets and gimmicks. It's about doing simple things consistently that keep your mind sharp, your body energized, and your business moving forward. My first steps into biohacking, a real timeline. I didn't start biohacking with a perfect routine or a spreadsheet of hacks. It happened gradually. Each step came as a response to how I was feeling and what I needed to perform better. Here's how it unfolded. 2002, sauna. This was my first introduction to what would later be called biohacking. I didn't even realize what I was doing back then. I just knew I felt clearer, calmer, and stronger after a sauna. It helped me relax after training, sleep deeper, and I feel like I'd hit reset mentally. I didn't understand the science at the time. I just knew I needed it. 2 decades later, I still use it multiple times a week to boost recovery, relax my nervous system, and think clearer. 2018, fasting. This one changed everything. I started fasting to drop body fat, but what shocked me was how it lit up my brain. Within days, I felt sharper, faster, and more productive. No more afternoon crashes. It's no surprise this was the same year that we launched our first business. I don't think that was a coincidence. Since then, I've played with different types of fasting. Some days it's just water and salts. Other times I'll include small amounts of calories, 50 to 100, like coffee, bone broth, or a bit of milk. Occasionally I use fast mimicking, eating 500 to 1,000 calories of mostly fat to give the body a rest from digestion while staying in a fat-burning state, ketosis. There's no perfect version. It's about giving your body a break and finding what works for your lifestyle. The clarity, energy, and mental edge it gives me is a game changer. 2019, breathwork and priming. I first discovered the power of breathwork and priming at a Tony Robbins UPW event. I left that week buzzing. Since then, I've practiced intentional breathing every morning. Before workouts, meetings, or deep work, it's become my way of setting the tone for the day. Just a few minutes and I'm focused, grounded, and in control. The state shift has made me a better leader, husband, and operator. 2022, sad light and morning light therapy. Living in the UK, especially in winter, means dark mornings and low mood if you're not careful. I started using a sad light daily, 15 minutes while I journal or do breath work. The difference in mood, motivation, and alertness was instant. No more sluggish starts. Now, when the sun's out early, I go outside. When it's not, I've got my light. Game changer. 2023, cold showers. I'll be honest, this one took some mental strength. I started with 30-second bursts at the end of warm showers, brutal at first, but within days, the post-shower high was addictive. Cold exposure forced me to breathe, calm down, and take control of my state. It's now a daily practice to build resilience and get my brain firing before a big task. 2024, ice baths. This was the final boss. At first, they felt unbearable. Now they're non-negotiable. The impact on my recovery, mental clarity, and mood is unmatched. I feel like I've taken control of my nervous system every time I get in. For high-pressure entrepreneurs, this is the physical version of switching into beast mode. These weren't just health upgrades. Each one made me sharper in business, stronger in life, and more connected to how I want to live. None of it happened overnight. Every step raised my baseline. Now, I'm performing at a level I didn't even think was possible a few years ago. And this chapter is your shortcut to do the same, without taking 20 years to figure it out. The Carnivore Entrepreneur's Biohacking Framework. This isn't about hacks for the sake of it. It's about building a body and brain that perform under pressure, that delivers results on demand. Let's break it down into 6 principles I live by. You can start by applying them immediately. Principle 1, cold exposure. More than just a cool trick. Whether it's a cold shower or ice bath, I do some kind of cold exposure virtually every morning. It boosts energy, sharpens focus, increases dopamine, and more importantly, It teaches you how to face discomfort head on. Eat the frog and do not procrastinate. That's an entrepreneurial skill in itself. A study in the PLOS 1 2018 found cold exposure can increase dopamine levels by up to 250%, improving mood, focus, and motivation. Top tip, avoid cold right after training to give your muscles a few hours to recover first for optimal growth. Principle 2, sauna for performance and longevity. I've used saunas for over 20 years. I think better, feel calmer, and recover faster every time I come out. Regular sauna has been shown to improve cardiovascular health, reduce stress, and increase hormone levels. Research from Aging Research Reviews 2018 shows frequent sauna use improves longevity, heart health, and post-exercise recovery. Bonus, the Nordic cycle. Hot-cold contrast. This is a game changer. Alternating 2 to 3 rounds between sauna and ice bath or cold shower does more than just wake you up. It supercharges your circulation, activates heat and cold shock proteins, and makes you mentally bulletproof. Studies from Temperature, Multidisciplinary Biomedical Journal 2015 and Frontiers in Physiology 2018 show that contrast therapy improves vascular function, which is circulation of oxygen, boosts immune response, not getting sick, enhances muscle recovery, helps you get stronger, stimulates both heat shock proteins for cell repair and cold shock proteins for anti-inflammatory benefits and mood regulation. You walk out feeling like a different person, energized, calm, and clear. The physical effects are powerful, but the mindset shift is what really hits. You start your day knowing you already done something hard. The rest is easy from there. Principle 3, strategic supplementation. Supplements aren't magic, they are strategic tools. I cover this in detail in chapter 4, but here's the shortlist I stick to consistently. Creatine monohydrate for strength, cognition, and cellular energy. Omega-3s for brain performance and inflammation. Vitamin D and K2 for immune health and hormonal balance. Magnesium glycinate for sleep, recovery, and muscle relaxation. Hydrogen water, optimal but powerful, see chapter 4 for more. And yes, DNA matters too. I follow Gary Brecker's advice and have had methylation tests done. It revealed specific supplements I need based on my genetics, worth doing with the right support. Do your research and find a good test with support to explain the results to you. Principle 4, breathwork for state control. Most people wait until they're stressed to start breathing deeply. I do it first thing every morning. My practice blends Tony Robbins' priming technique and Gary Brecker's deep breathing. It clears my head, fires up my nervous system, and gets me locked in before the day even starts. Here's my routine. Sit tall with good posture. Pump your arms up and down while breathing through your nose, 30 reps. Breathe in as arms go up and out as you pump your arms down. Take 15 to 20 deep breaths, one after the other, getting as much air in as possible. Fill the lungs completely on the last breath, hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Exhale fully, hold on empty for as long as possible. Repeat for 3 rounds. Principle 5, optimized hydration and electrolytes. Water alone isn't enough. I start every day with 500 ml of water plus Celtic sea salt. And throughout the day, I sip on hydrogen water with added electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium. It's a simple biohack that improves energy, muscle function, and mental clarity without stimulants. A 2019 study published in the Journal of International Society of Sports Nutrition confirmed electrolytes improve hydration and reduce fatigue in physically and mentally demanding environments. Principle 6, morning light or sad light therapy. Every morning, 15 minutes in front of my sad light, it's a non-negotiable. SAD stands for Seasonal Affective Disorder, and a SAD light is basically a specialized full-spectrum lamp designed to mimic natural sunlight. It helps regulate your body's internal clock and boost mood, especially crucial during the darker months or if you're up before sunrise, like I am most days. Living in the UK, mornings are dark for half the year. This light signals to your brain, wake up, be alert, get to work. Studies from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine show that light exposure within 30 minutes of waking improves mood, circadian rhythm, sleep quality, and cognitive performance. Basically, your brain starts firing on all cylinders much earlier in the day. No excuses. You've got 15 minutes while you stretch, journal, or sip your water. Plug it in, point it towards your face at a slight angle, not directly in your eyes, and get it done. It works, and it's one of the simplest high-performance habits you'll ever build. Shout out to Mark Kehoe, who recommended this to me back in 2022. Mark, at the time of writing this, is an osteopath for Premier League football team Brighton & Hove Albion. Common concerns I hear and how to think differently. Biohacking sounds complicated. Nope. Cold water, breath work, salt in your water, you're already halfway there. I don't have time. Every strategy here takes less than 15 minutes. Most save you time by boosting energy, focus, and decision making. Can this really help me financially? Yes, because when you perform better, you lead better. You think sharper, you make smarter calls. That's how you build wealth. Why this matters for entrepreneurs. You're not just biohacking to be healthy. You're doing it to lead better, think clearer, and perform like a savage every day. These tools aren't fluff. They're strategic upgrades for your entrepreneurial engine. Whether you're pitching deals, leading a team, or building a legacy, biohacking gives you the physical and mental edge to keep winning. That's why we do it. Be a winner. Your 7-day biohacking challenge. Here's your simple plan to get started. Day 1, cold shower, 1 to 3 minutes. Day 2, add sea salt to water. Day 3, deep breathing routine, 5 to 10 minutes. Day 4, take your core supplement stack. Day 5, do your morning light routine. Day 6, try a sauna if you can. Day 7, reflect, review, and journal your results. You're not committing to a lifestyle yet. You're testing what it feels like to perform at a higher level. Each of these biohacks isn't just about health. They're energy multipliers for your entrepreneurial output. The sharper your mind, the stronger your body, the more powerful your business decisions. Biohacking is your unfair advantage. Biohacking isn't about being healthier. It's about having more energy, sharper focus, better moods, and faster recovery. It's about wealth. When your body performs, your mind performs. And when your mind performs, your business grows. This is the edge you've been missing. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You are a carnivore entrepreneur. Live life how it was supposed to be lived on your terms with strength, energy, and purpose. I'll see you on the next episode.